Welcome everybody to day 8 of Be a Builder. If you're joining us new, we are building an app from start to finish, step by step. Join us every morning at 10 a.m. Pacific time for a new video, then share your progress online for a chance to win fun prizes. In fact, watch to the end of this video to learn what you need to share on Twitter using the hashtag #BeABuilder to get a chance to win an awesome prize pack. 2 lucky winners will receive a custom builder t-shirt, Trailhead water bottle, those cute Astro coasters, and surprise, a jam box. So be sure to watch and participate. So day 7, we learned how to build automation into our app from Heather. For day 8, we're going to get a glimpse at the cool functionality we can implement when we leverage the AppExchange or build custom components. I'm excited to go listen to our panel of experts on how best to approach adding custom functionality to our app. Let's go hear from them.
Thanks, Rebecca. My name's Leanne. You know our awesome developer evangelist, Heather.
Hi, guys.
And we're joined by Mark Baseman from the Admin Evangelism team, so we can talk about how you can do more with components in your apps. So, Mark, I know you like to build a lot of apps. Where do you usually start looking when you want to extend some of your record pages or home pages?
So Leanne, I always start with what is already there. Start with the basics. Start with the components that are there for you. Same with building fields and objects. What's the standard stuff before I go super custom? So some of the components that I really like to use that are standard stuff, can't go wrong with path, right? Pick a pick list. That rich text field, it's super basic, but it's really, really handy. And you can conditionally show or hide it, depending on what data in the record is there. Related record, another really handy Lightning component. Report charts, never forget about report charts. Again, you can pass in information into the component to make it relevant to your users right then.
Awesome. I love the report chart component also. And I think you really touched on an important point when you're looking at all of these standard components, whether you're looking on your home page, whether you're looking on your record page. When you add a component to the page, click on it and explore that right panel of the component, because there's a lot of attributes that you can customize as an admin. You mentioned on report chart, you can customize the record ID, whether or not that gets passed through, whether or not you want to expose the refresh button. You can choose when components are exposed based on dynamic pages and filters. But you can also really customize when you add like the related list, for example, or the related record, for example. You can customize those standard components in that side panel. So it's definitely great to click around and get really familiar with all the standard components that are available to you. So what about when we can't find something in standard components? Where do you usually go next?
Well, my next step is to look at the AppExchange, because that's a really wonderful place to see what else has already been created in the ecosystem.
But Heather, I thought the AppExchange was just for apps.
Well, it turns out that it's not just for apps. It also has Lightning components, and you can access it in 2 different ways. The easiest that I found is to access it right in the page builder. If you scroll down to custom apps, you can say, hey, I just want to launch the AppExchange right here. It's really intuitive. But we can also access it on the AppExchange website like normal.
So there's a ton of components that are available to peruse, and a lot of those components also have attributes available to edit and make changes to, so you can customize them to work for you. But like Heather said, you can access it right from the app builder. There's free and paid components. There's Salesforce Labs components. It's a great place to look as you're trying to extend your pages. However, we also sometimes have to develop things in-house. Sometimes maybe what you want isn't exactly on the AppExchange in the way that you'd like to see it, and you can answer those needs with custom components. So we saw earlier this awesome custom component that Heather built for us. And Heather, you built that custom component with some great Lightning tools.
Yeah, so I was actually able to use Lightning-based components to quickly build out the main framework of the features, and then just add a little bit of JavaScript to make everything work. And then I even exposed custom attributes to my admins so that they can determine what features they want on or off.
Which I love. I love that I can reuse that carousel component in different parts of our app. Because you make those attributes available, it means that I can have that component perform how I need it to perform. And for you as a developer, it made that component really reusable and really effective to meet the needs of your organization without having to rebuild the same thing over and over.
Right.
And base components for developers out there, it's a great way to remove some of the need for utility code and kind of rebuilding the wheel a little bit, if you will, with every component. So Sounds like some great places to start as we're building and customizing our apps even more with components. Starting with your standard components, so get comfortable with all the standard components and how to customize them, exploring the AppExchange and seeing what components are available for you today, and developers, builders, admins, exploring base components, working with your developer, playing with base components that are available today, and seeing what you can build and make available for your admins.
Back to you, Rebecca.
Wow, there are so many ways to customize my app. Thank you, Leanne, Mark, and Heather for breaking it down for us. So to summarize, I learned that we can start by customizing with flexible standard components. Then we can explore and install AppExchange components. And when we really can't find the right solution on the AppExchange, we can think about building a custom component using Lightning-based components. All right, so now it's your turn. Explore the AppExchange to see what fun components might be beneficial for your app. If you don't see what you're looking for, it may be an opportunity to create a custom component. Want to learn more about installing apps from the AppExchange? There's a badge for that. Check out the AppExchange Basics badge on Trailhead. And if you want to learn more about building custom components, I recommend the Quick Start Lightning Components badge to get you started. With that out of the way, I mentioned earlier that today is a special day because it's a Share to Win day. Tweet your favorite AppExchange component or a custom component you've built yourself using hashtag #BeABuilder to get entered to win. Restrictions do apply, so see official rules on the Be a Builder page. And join us tomorrow at 10 a.m. Pacific Time to learn how to create awesome reports and dashboards for your users and executives. See you then!